Good day dear chess lovers, and welcome to the 8th game of 1978 Tal vs Kasparov friendly blitz match. Up to this point, after 7 games, Kasparov is leading the match with a score of 4-3. You are good to go with the 8th game, where Kasparov had white pieces and he opened up with e4, to which Tal answered with Sicilian defense. If you remember, Tal first celebrated 3 victories in a row, and then he started to play really very badly, was making amateurish blunders and allowed Kasparov to win 4 times in a row, thus gaining lead in the match. Against Scheveningen, White chose the well-known classical variation. a6. Other popular alternatives are e5, bishop d7 or queen c7. In the game we see a6, queen e1, queen c7, queen g3. The queen can be useful both on this diagonal and also can put a useful pressure down the g file. An exchange of knights on d4 followed, b5, a3, bishop b7, bishop d3. In here usually white is playing king h1 or rook a e1, but according to Kasparov's coach Nikitin, in here Kasparov mixed up the right move order, and that was the reason that he played bishop d3. And immediately Tal struck in the center, which allowed him to neutralize White's attack, which was already gradually becoming very scary. Queen takes h5, and in return Black is winning White's dark squared bishop. All in all, we have an equality on the board. g6, queen g4, bishop d6, and h4. The pawn was under attack, and by playing h4, White also wants to organize a kingside attack, but g3 looks more solid. Instead we see h4, and later we will see that this actually weakened White's kingside, and relying on that fact, Black will intrude inside White's camp. a4. This time White is trying his luck on the queen side, but Black's position is really very solid and Black is enjoying an advantage. So Black has an extra pawn, right? Yeah, just no problem at all. Queen e7, queen e4. A mistake. Playing g3 strengthening the king side is better, but in the game we see queen e4, and the problem with this move is that in this case White is moving away the queen from the king side and is leaving the pawn on h4 unprotected, which Tal happily managed, and now there are already serious problems in White's camp. Rook h3, queen e7, queen d5, there comes rook e3, rook f3, again Black rook goes back, raising the queen, queen goes back on b3, rook h5, White is in trouble, you know. Now Black can play queen g5 and then bishop g3 and can create mating threats, you know. At this point Kasparov went for rook takes f7, but it turns out that the pawn is poisoned. Let me remove the arrows and tell you that according to Stockfish, at this point White's position is so scary that it's good to think about the safety of the king. Make a move like king f2. If queen g5, then king e2. Give up this pawn and try to organize the defense. Although from a human perspective choosing this line can be very difficult, you know. In the game we see rook takes f7, and with this move White is tapping into a forced mate. Can you find the mating line for Black? Ready? Well, that's very simple. Here we go, bishop h2 check, king h1, bishop g3 check, king g1, and there comes rook sacrifice. By the way, instead of going for bishop h2 check, you can also go for rook h1 check straight away. That's also allowing to mate in 5 moves. King h1, so we have already seen this. A rook sacrifice followed, then the queen jumps into the attack and we see a brutal checkmate on the board. Yes, this time Tal played a normal chess, no problem at all, and in his style he punished his young opponent. In the end, the chess puzzle for you, where the task is to win with the white pieces, a simple one. You can make it through, I'm sure, and we'll wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in my next video. Take care.